My top 5 violin warm-up exercises. Hey Met, hi, I'm Megan. I'm a violinist and teacher. I've played the violin for over 20 years. I have my bachelor's and master's degrees in violin performance, and I am Suzuki trained. If you're enjoying my videos, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's one click, it's totally free, and I really appreciate it. And if you're interested in working with me, you can check the description for a private lesson application, as well as the waitlist for my online learning program, Learn Violin Online. Enrollment will be opening up next month. It hasn't been open since March of this year, so it's been a really long time coming, and I'm super excited. So be sure to get on the wait list so you can be the first to know and get into the program. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my top 5 warm-up exercises. I think that having a warm-up routine is so extremely important. Even if you have limited time that day to practice, let's say just like 20 to 30 minutes, you're better served spending 5 to 10 minutes warming up than to just start playing cold. Now, I think that there is a little bit of a caveat to this, because I remember I used to have a super long and drawn out warm-up routine. It literally took me 30 minutes. So I don't think it needs to be that extreme either. But my general formula is exercises for both hands by themselves and then together. So let me show you what I mean. I'm gonna start out with 2 bow hand exercises. So the first exercise I call pinky push-ups, and it is really good for pinky strength. This is not something that I would personally do because I don't need to work on my pinky strength, but the reason I'm including it is because I think it's one of the best ones for beginners. Pinky strength is extremely important for overall fluidity and balance of your bow hand, plus sound in the lower half. So to perform pinky push-ups, you're going to put your bow hair on your left shoulder. No, it won't hurt the bow. No, it won't hurt your clothes. Don't worry. And then you're going to use your pinky to press down on the bow and allow the bow to come up, and then set it back down. When you set the bow back down, it's important not to do something like that where you kind of just let go or disengage, but your pinky should be engaged the entire time. If you're doing it correctly, you're going to feel your muscle work in here. Also note that, yeah, my hand is turning, but that is only because it's riding the bow, shall we say. I'm not actually like turning my wrist. I am really only moving my pinky. My pinky is the only thing that moves. The rest of my fingers are kind of just along for the ride. The second bow exercise is one that I personally do, and it helps with overall flexibility of your bow fingers. So I call this one in and outs. I learned it, I think, like right after I had graduated high school, and I became obsessed with it because it was really, really hard for me to do at the beginning. To do this exercise, you're gonna start with your bow facing upward, facing towards the ceiling. And then you're going to extend or straighten out your fingers and then curve them back in. So you go in and out, hence the name. When you're doing this, it's very important that your wrist does not move back and forth. It's only your fingers moving. You are going to feel a little bit of that burn in your pinky when you're doing this because your pinky does have to be very active. But again, you want everything else on your hand to stay still, and it's just your fingers that move in and out. This next exercise is for the left hand, and I'm gonna give you 2 versions of it, a more beginner version and a more advanced version. So for the more beginner version, you're going to put all of your fingers down on one string. I'm choosing the A string, and my 2 and 3 are touching, as if I was gonna play C sharp and then D. To perform this exercise, first you're going to start out by just lifting one of your fingers at a time. So just lifting finger 1, then finger 2, then finger 4, and so on. Then you're going to lift them one after the other. So fingers 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 1 and 3, 2 and 4, and 1 and 4. So you want to try to get all different combinations in. And you're going to lift the fingers in pairs. So 1 and 2 together, and 3 and 4 together, then 2 and 3 together, and 1 and 4 together, and then 1 and 3 together, and 2 and 4 together. And then you probably guessed it, in groups of 3. So 2, 3, and 4 all moving together, 1, 3, and 4 moving together, 1, 2, and 4 moving together, and then 1, 2, and 3 moving together. So basically, you're just practicing lifting and dropping the fingers in all different combinations. The more advanced version of this exercise is the same premise, but all of your fingers are on different strings. So your first finger would be on the G string, second finger would be on the D string, third finger on A string, and fourth finger on E string. And again, we do the same thing. We lift the fingers one at a time, then one after another, then in pairs, and then in groups of 3. The fingers all being on different strings is obviously harder because there's more distance, there's more space in between them. And when you're doing this exercise, you want to try your best to keep your pitches correct. AKA, you want to try to be landing in tune every single time. Obviously, you're not like playing this so you can't hear it, but use your best judgment. Exercise number 4 is something called sans filet, which I explained a little bit in my last video, but I'm going to go more in depth here. It has other names like the 1-minute bow or the 5-minute bow, but the premise is you draw a single bow stroke for as long as you can. The way that I personally like to do it is to put my metronome on at its slowest tempo. So for me, that's 40, and see how long I can go for. See how many clicks I can get on a down bow, see how many clicks I can get on an up bow. While doing this, when you first start out, you're probably going to notice that your hand wants to shake and wobble a lot. This is totally normal, and it's something that will get better as your bow control gets better and you train those fine little muscles inside your hand. And 2, you want to maintain a decent sound. Now, is this going to be the best sound you've ever created in your life? No, but you want to have some sort of core to the sound. So as you can see, my bow is bouncing a little bit. My sound wasn't being like 100% maintained. It was going a little bit in and out. So those are things you would want to focus on during this exercise. I'm not even going to mention open strings because we already talked enough about that last week. So those were exercises for the bow hand and the left hand separately, and then my last exercise is going to combine them. My personal favorite warm-up exercise is Shadiag number 1. So the way that I personally go about practicing it is I'll start out really slowly with just like 1 note per bow. Then I will go to 4, and then I'll eventually do like the full slurs, and then I'll put my metronome on and play the entire exercise. So for instance, I might start out like this. And so on. If you've never practiced this exercise, highly recommend it. It's great for speed, it's great for finger strength, it's great for 4th finger. And like I said, this is just my personal favorite. Some other really good ones that I know that other people really like are the subject exercises and then also Kreutzer 2. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 violin warm-up exercises. Did I miss your favorite? Leave a comment and let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and please make sure you subscribe before you go.